Las Vegas sells itself as a city of dreams. Neon lights blaze across the desert sky. Casinos never sleep, and billboards promise fortune, fame, and unforgettable nights. Tourists arrive believing they've stepped into a wonderland where life is brighter, louder, and endlessly exciting. But behind that sparkling facade lies a truth that few visitors ever see. The entertainment capital of the world is also a city built on illusions. Illusions that often crumble once the party is over. For every story of jackpots and wild nights, there are countless others of broken lives, lost money, and silent despair. Addiction hides in hotel rooms. Loneliness walks the empty sidewalks at dawn, and the neon glow can't mask the shadows that creep just beyond the strip. Las Vegas thrives on spectacle, but it is also a magnet for the vulnerable, the restless, and the dreamers who end up disillusioned. This is not just a city of excitement, it is also a city of escape, where many arrive hoping to forget their problems, but instead find themselves swallowed by new ones. Welcome to the other side of Las Vegas, where the glitter fades, and the reality of emptiness takes its place. On the surface, Las Vegas feels alive every second of the day. The Strip dazzles with luxury resorts, booming nightclubs, and high-stakes casinos that seem to run on endless energy. But behind the flashing billboards and champagne toasts lies a different story, one of isolation, addiction, and the human cost of a city designed to keep people chasing illusions. The city's economy thrives on constant stimulation. Casinos are built to disorient, with no clocks, no windows, and endless rows of machines engineered to keep people playing. For some, it's harmless entertainment, but for many, it turns into addiction, gambling debts, broken families, and lives consumed by the spin of a wheel or the flip of a card. Substance abuse is never far behind, as alcohol flows freely and drugs are easy to find, numbing the pain of losses that money can't cover. Yet perhaps the most striking reality is loneliness. Beneath the roar of crowded casinos, thousands of residents and workers live lives disconnected from the glamour. Dealers, entertainers, and service staff work long nights, often sleeping through the day while the city sparkles without them. Many move to Las Vegas chasing opportunity, but discover a transient culture where connections are shallow and friendships fleeting. It's a place where millions come to forget themselves for a weekend, but where residents often struggle to hold on to their sense of identity. Las Vegas may market itself as a fantasy playground, but behind the neon mask, it is also a mirror of human vulnerability. Addiction, isolation, and despair exist in the same streets as luxury and spectacle. To understand Las Vegas is to see both sides, the glittering dream and the sobering emptiness it often conceals. 10. The mirage of constant fun. Las Vegas is branded as the ultimate playground, a place where excitement never stops. But for many, the endless cycle of partying becomes exhausting rather than exhilarating. Tourists who arrive expecting nonstop thrills often discover that the energy feels artificial, a forced celebration designed to keep money flowing into casinos and clubs. Locals, meanwhile, grow numb to the noise, finding it harder to connect with genuine joy amid the staged enthusiasm. The city's obsession with fun can make real happiness feel out of reach, leaving many with an emptiness they can't quite explain. 9. The trap of gambling addiction. Behind every jackpot winner's smile is a sea of losses. Las Vegas thrives on gambling addiction, and the city is carefully engineered to encourage it. Bright lights, free drinks, and machines designed to hypnotize make it nearly impossible to walk away. For many, a short trip turns into a financial nightmare. Studies show that problem gambling is far more prevalent in Las Vegas than in most U.S. cities. Families are destroyed, savings vanish, and shame pushes people further into isolation. The illusion of luck creates a cycle where despair is disguised as entertainment. 8. Substance abuse in the shadows. Alcohol is poured endlessly, and drugs are never far from reach. While tourists indulge for a weekend, countless residents battle long-term addiction. Cocaine, opioids, and methamphetamine fuel nights that blur into days. Many turn to substances to cope with gambling losses, loneliness, or the pressure of working in a high-stress entertainment industry. Rehabilitation centers are overwhelmed, and relapse is common. The neon lights may promise escape, but for many, they only illuminate a path of dependency and broken health. 7. Loneliness behind the crowds. Paradoxically, one of the busiest cities in America is also one of the loneliest. Las Vegas attracts millions of visitors, yet many residents describe a profound sense of disconnection. The city's transient nature, where neighbors come and go with jobs in the service or casino industry, makes it difficult to build lasting relationships. Workers often clock in at night and sleep through the day, living on schedules opposite of the rest of society. Even those surrounded by constant crowds find themselves isolated, a loneliness amplified by the very spectacle designed to distract them. 6. The high cost of illusions. Everything in Las Vegas has a price, and the pursuit of glamour can leave devastating financial scars. From overpriced drinks to high-stakes tables, money flows quickly out of pockets. For many, the cost isn't just financial but emotional. People invest in the illusion of being someone else for a night, only to wake up broke, hungover, and facing the same problems they tried to escape. The financial crash of 2008 hit Las Vegas harder than most cities, exposing how fragile the city's dream economy really is. Beneath the glitz lies a precarious reality where many live paycheck to paycheck. 5. Broken dreams of new residents. Las Vegas is a magnet for dreamers, aspiring entertainers, dealers looking for work, and hopeful entrepreneurs. But for many, those dreams fade quickly. The entertainment industry is brutally competitive, with countless performers struggling to land steady jobs. Service workers face long hours and low pay, often juggling multiple gigs to survive. Many who move to Las Vegas chasing opportunity find themselves instead caught in cycles of exhaustion, disappointment, and financial instability. The city of opportunity becomes the city of letdowns, leaving behind a trail of broken ambitions. 4. The mental health crisis. Las Vegas has one of the highest suicide rates in the United States. The combination of gambling losses, substance abuse, loneliness, and financial hardship creates a dangerous cocktail for despair. Mental health resources are stretched thin, and stigma prevents many from seeking help. The city's non-stop image of celebration makes it harder for those suffering to admit their struggles. Behind the facade of lights and laughter lies a silent epidemic of depression and hopelessness. The statistics paint a grim picture. In a place built to sell happiness, despair is often the final outcome. 3. The dark side of nightlife. Clubs and casinos boast VIP tables, champagne showers, and celebrity appearances, but the darker side of nightlife includes predatory behavior, exploitation, and crime. Human trafficking rings have used the city's vast flow of tourists as cover. Assaults and overdoses are often hidden beneath the glitz of the party scene. For young workers, especially women, the pressure to maintain appearances and please wealthy clients often comes at a heavy personal cost. What seems like harmless fun from the outside often conceals dangerous realities that the city rarely advertises. 2. The Strip versus real life. The Las Vegas Strip represents a polished fantasy world, glittering hotels, extravagant shows, and a lifestyle that seems larger than life. But step a few blocks away, and the contrast is shocking. Homelessness is widespread, with thousands living in tunnels beneath the city or on sidewalks just minutes from billion-dollar resorts. Locals face struggling schools, high crime rates, and underfunded healthcare, while tourists marvel at fountains and lights. Many residents live in neighborhoods where despair outweighs hope. The duality of Las Vegas, the glamorous facade versus the gritty reality, is one of its darkest truths, and one of the hardest for outsiders to comprehend. 1. The illusion of belonging. At the heart of Las Vegas's darkness is one devastating truth. The city sells belonging, but delivers emptiness. Every ad, every billboard, every flashing light suggests that in Las Vegas, you will be part of something larger than yourself. You'll be surrounded by friends, excitement, and endless opportunities to connect. But the reality is far more hollow. The friendships forged at the blackjack table rarely last past sunrise. The strangers who cheer with you after a big win disappear the moment your chips are gone. And the smiles from performers, dealers, and waitstaff, though genuine in the moment, are all part of a system built to keep you spending, not truly belonging. This illusion of belonging is what makes Las Vegas so uniquely dangerous. Unlike other cities that attract with jobs, culture, or community, Las Vegas attracts with fantasy. People come not just to gamble or party, but to feel accepted, to feel important, to feel alive. For a few hours, the lights deliver exactly that. But when the night ends, many are left more isolated than when they arrived. The silence of a hotel room, the weight of losses, or the sobering emptiness of fleeting encounters reveal the truth. Belonging in Las Vegas is temporary, transactional, and ultimately unattainable. For residents, this illusion cuts even deeper. Many work tirelessly to maintain the fantasy for others, but in doing so, sacrifice their own sense of connection. The result is a city with one of the highest rates of depression, addiction, and suicide in the nation. Behind the spectacle is not community, but fragmentation. Las Vegas may be the city of lights, but for countless people, it is also the city of loneliness, where dreams of belonging vanish into the desert air. Las Vegas is often celebrated as the city where anything is possible, a place of excitement, glamour, and unforgettable experiences. But when we peel back the layers of neon, what emerges is a far more sobering reality. It is a city built on illusions, and while those illusions can dazzle for a night, they often leave behind emptiness, addiction, and despair. The glittering lights don't just mask the desert darkness. They also hide the struggles of those who live and work in this fragile ecosystem of fantasy. What makes Las Vegas so fascinating and so tragic is that its contradictions are impossible to ignore. It is both a city of dreams and a city of broken ones, a destination of wealth and a hub of poverty, a place where millions gather together, yet countless people feel utterly alone. The promise of belonging, the thrill of chance, the fantasy of escape, all of these draw people in. But rarely do they deliver lasting fulfillment. Instead, they often amplify the very loneliness people came here to forget. As viewers, perhaps the most important lesson to take away is that Las Vegas is not just a physical place. It is also a reflection of human vulnerability, the desire for connection, the temptation of risk, the need for escape. These are universal. Las Vegas simply amplifies them in its brightest, loudest form. When we look at the city honestly, we're not just seeing the truth about Las Vegas, we're seeing the truth about ourselves. So the next time the Strip's lights catch your eye, remember that behind every sparkle is a story, some of joy, many of pain. And in that awareness lies the real gamble, not whether you win or lose at the tables, but whether you choose to see beyond the illusion